do you know your own power, and do you really believe in your ability to create what you want to create? So in this video, I'm going to be expanding your mindset and your consciousness so that you can think outside of the limitations that you might have been creating for yourself on some level unconsciously. So by the end of this video, you're going to be inspired, and hopefully what you're going to do is take some action as well. So before we get into this video, I'd like to let you know that I've got my Manifesting You 5-week course, which is all about getting into connection with yourself, getting in alignment with yourself so that you can create the things that you want that are truest for your highest self and your highest good, and that you attract in the things, the people, the opportunities, the places, the circumstances that line up with who you really are. But first, we need to know who we really are, get in touch with that part of ourselves, manifest ourselves, and then the world will change. Honestly, it works every time. So if you would like to join this 5-week course, it's going to be amazing, especially if you're thinking about changing dynamics in relationships or any other area in your life. Honestly, it's the pathway to authentic love and connection. So there's lots of information in the link below. There's also a 50% discount on until the 15th. You also get a free self-study course of Let Love In, or Self-Concept and Inner Healing. And you get a free 30-minute one-to-one with me. So it's a lot crammed into what will be £125 if you book before Friday, and if you book before Sunday then it's £175, and then after that it goes back up to full price, which is £250. I would love to see you there. We start on the 1st of December. Okay, so you only know what you know. You've only had the experiences that you've had. So your best case scenario, I want you to think about what is your best case scenario, okay? And then what I want you to think about is what's better than that? What's better than your best case scenario? So pause for a minute and just think to yourself, right, what's my best case scenario? And maybe pause the video, maybe write it down and have a think. If the best case scenario could happen and no one was going to tell me no and I wasn't going to fail, what would that be and what would that look like? And then I want you to think to yourself, but what's better than that? Okay? And this goes beyond what you think that you know is possible, and you start going into creativity, which is where we create from. Okay? We have to use creativity if we want to create something new. So you don't know what you don't know. So what I want you to do is write down even better case scenarios. Write down lots of things that could be even more fulfilling, rewarding, abundant than what you thought originally was your best case scenario. So this is going to expand your creativity, your mindset, because actually there's no difference from you manifesting, you know, something that's kind of mediocre to something that's like better than the best case scenario. All the difference is what you believe is possible. And what's in the way of that is just your assumptions and beliefs about what is possible. So the way that you can discover what your limiting beliefs are to literally ask yourself, what's stopping me from making this happen? What is in the way? You know, it might be like, oh, well, I'll never get there. I don't know the right people. I'm just not lucky like that. Or, you know, relationships just don't work for me. Whatever comes up, see if you can write down when you think of, right, I'm going to go and make it happen then. What comes up? What's in the way? What are your stories? What are the limiting beliefs? Because the limiting beliefs, we often think, oh, what is it? What is it? I'll never find the limiting belief. But it's often just as simple as the reason you are giving and speaking out loud as to why that cannot happen for you. It's as simple as that. So when you start seeing what those are, you can start looking at the evidence, like, is that true? Is that a fact? Is that literally always going to be true and never going to change? And will it really stop me? Okay, so ask yourself these questions to see where the evidence is. And even if you find evidence, it doesn't mean anything anyway. So it's still a limiting belief. So whatever you have that's in the way is a story that you have bought into, that you are consistently believing, And what I want you to do is just think outside the box, think beyond it, think that there's a solution to this that I can't see, that I am ready to receive, okay? So whatever you think is in your way is just you being in your own way, actually. It's your limiting beliefs being in your own way. So in order to change that, you have to do something in opposition to your limiting belief. That is going to bring up resistance. There's going to be part of you going, no, you're going to fail. This won't work. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's still not going to work. And you still have to just act anyway. You still have to do something about it anyway that completely defies that limiting belief. So I'm talking a really, really broad spectrum here of situations, circumstances and things. So I am not talking, you might have a situation where you're listening to this and thinking, oh, this doesn't quite make sense for me. That's okay. Just take what resonates, but know that essentially, whenever we think that something can't happen, we are only going off what we know, and there's things that you don't know, and you have to be ready to receive that information and know that you have the power to call in that information, and you can change the situation, the circumstances, because you're that powerful. So one of my limiting beliefs that I noticed, and I noticed how strong it is, oh my God, is I went to the gym, and I've not been to the gym that much this year after having had a baby. It's been ages, and you know, I started getting personal training a few months ago, and I noticed that whenever my personal trainer gives me a new exercise, I go, I can't do that. I just can't do it, and I'll never be good at that. And it's so strong, like I really believe it. When I was saying it, I thought, oh my God, look how limited I am here. Look how much I don't believe in myself. Look how much I think that I have to stay like this. Look how much I'm enjoying this for some reason, actually just staying small. What am I getting out of this? And I started questioning myself and the feelings that I was having and the resistance. And I thought, no, screw that. I'm doing it anyway. And I'm going to do these things that he says. And I'm going to commit to completely transforming this belief so that I can feel really confident in the gym and know that I can do anything. And I'm using that as an example because it felt so strong. Like it felt like I can't do this. What evidence is there to say that I can't do it other than there's resistance because it's new? It's just new, yeah? And it's the same where we're changing any limiting belief or circumstance. There's resistance, and we just have to accept the resistance at first because that's part of the journey. We're creating a new neural pathway that takes repetition, it takes repeated evidence for us to now see that something is actually different. And to do that, we can start in our mind, but actually the real change will be when you take action in your life, by being authentic, by being real, by speaking your truth, you know? So that is what you've got to do. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope it's inspired you to actually think outside the box and to think bigger and better. There's no difference between your limited view of what you think the best case scenario would be, and even better than that, you know, ask for anything you want and call in the ways, the reasons, the means for you to achieve that, and you'll make it happen. So I hope you found this video useful. If you'd like any more information about what I do, like one-to-one coaching, accountability, or group support, then I've got lots of options on my website. I'd love to see you at my 5-week course for Manifesting You. It's going to be an amazing community where you'll meet lots of like-minded people and learn so much about yourself along the way. And who knows what could happen in the space of 5 weeks. So much can change in that amount of time. So I'd love to see you on that journey. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.